Good morning. Hey, y'all. So, I just got off of my session with my therapist maybe about an hour ago. And it was just really interesting as a therapist who has a therapist. For any of you who are in therapy and you hear your therapist say like all of these great things, and you're like, man, I need to write that down. Can you repeat that? That was that was so good. It was a moment where my therapist was like, you know what? I just reflected exactly what you've been saying this entire session. And I have those moments when I am the therapist as well. And I think it's just those things that remind us that when we are growing, when we are moving forward, and when we're in transition, we have so many thoughts. We have the old thoughts of the old season that we're challenging. We have the new thoughts that we're trying to grow and move into. And sometimes just having an hour to just sit still, allow your thoughts to move forth, and for someone to hear them, catch them, and throw them back to you is so beneficial because it gives you an understanding that all of the answers that you need, all of the brilliance that you think is coming from your therapist is actually inside of you. And so I think for those of you who are in therapy and who also have those aha moments, it's really neat. But for those of you who are not in therapy, I encourage you to have those conversations, have a moment of being still and just to settle and to hear what greatness is inside of you so that you can hold on to it and you can move on it. So, and my therapist got me all together. She helped me to see all of the little thoughts that were just here and there and everywhere, because in the transition of newness is like so many distractive things, good things that you have to do for other people, that you have to do for yourself, for your business, that you just have to do, that sometimes you don't have the time to just stop and process and think. So now that I've had that moment, now that I have some clarity, I'm going to hold tight to that thing, and I am going to take a step and another step and another step and another step. So I encourage you guys to take a moment, be still, be still, get your thoughts together, have somebody reflect back to you. And another thing, be careful of who, if you're not in therapy, be careful of who you are sharing your thoughts with, because sometimes you'll notice that a person will hear your thought and then they will interpret your thought based on what they're going through, or they may put their opinion on your thought, or they may criticize your thought. And it's like, you know what? I just need the space to be, to hear, to reflect, for me to challenge my own self, for me to hold myself accountable, for me to just be vulnerable. And sometimes when we speak with people who really can't hold us and really can't hold the information, they criticize. And it's like, dang, I just gave you this real important information, and now your voice is one of those voices that's in my head. I ain't got time. So I encourage those of you who are not in therapy to be careful of who you are processing with, and making sure that they have the capability to be able to just hold, listen, and reflect. And if they do give you feedback, that is aligned with what the direction that you're going in. So even if they do challenge you, that they're challenging you in that direction, and they're giving you some grace and gentleness in your vulnerable space. So just my little 2 cents today, a moment with Mac. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. Enjoy. Talk soon. Bye.